in a warm house, in our houses, sleep under warm blankets, watch dish and eat very well while our people are suffering in other areas. It cannot happen. We have gone out and asked our people to vote for us, and the vote that we got must at least change the lives of the people for the better. And for me, being here today, it's really Council of the Ward. It's really a pleasure to be excited with you today, because the last time when we were here, it was bush. I know when the mayor was pegging, we were in the bush, and then walking down up to the soccer field. So it was really, Mr. Mayor, not a nice thing to see. Being in government and debating in government, and here you see the condition of our people. They are not frustrated because they want to be frustrated. They're frustrated because there is situations that causes them to become frustrated. And we do not blame people if they become frustrated. Sometimes we get angry. And it's fine sometimes, but it is also good to go out and see how our people are living, where they are living. And we came out to Zandspruit together with the mayor. And at some stage, I remember the mayor called me to say, here there's invasions. I said, not where we were. And today, Mr. Mayor, you can see where we are. There's a difference ever since we were here. And we want to also appreciate the people of Zandspruit, that they made sure the place is not invaded. We asked them, if you want this development, make sure that this place is not invaded. Otherwise, you will not be able to get the development. And I think you need to clap yourself, give yourself a good round of applause, because you really work with us, and we appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. But allow me just the first part of what I wanted to say, and just read part of the first part of my speech. The progress made in the issuing of our title deeds in Johannesburg during the current term of office has been unprecedented. As MMC of Housing, I have made it a priority that residents across the city of Joburg are presented with their long-awaited title deeds. Today, I'm not only handing you a piece of paper, but hope that this will open up a meaningful chapter for you by contributing positively to the lives of your families, by providing your families with a productive asset for generations to come. Now, the issuing of title deeds is one of the key priorities of this administration. Gone are those days, and I want everybody to hear me. Gone are those days where people politicize the issuing of title deeds. Maybe I must mention it again. Gone are those days where people come election time and give you title deeds when they want your votes. Those days are gone. We cannot see that our people politicize the conditions of our people. So one of my priorities when I entered into housing was to say that people will be issued their title deeds whether there is voting or not. And we are not here to campaign, we are here to issue you with real title deeds, not fake title deeds. You hear what I'm saying? I
was actually touched by what I saw. I knew when I accepted the responsibility to be the mayor that as a city of Johannesburg, we are facing major challenges. But to be honest with you, I never imagined the extent of the problem. The problem is much deeper than anyone would ever have imagined. The 22 years at the time of a new democratic dispensation, we can get our people living here in the city of Johannesburg, living under those conditions. And I gave my commitment just over 12 months ago. You remember, I came, there was a protest, I came over to talk to the community, and you gave me your demands. I went back, prepared a report, which I actually took to council. It was not necessary for me to take that report to council, but I deliberately took that to report to council because I wanted to commit the city of Johannesburg, whether I'm there or not, there must be development in this area. And today, I was actually quite touched to to see the first development in the 25 years of our new dispensation. The first major development in Zandspruit. Is it not true?
It is.
Have you had any major development like this before?
Never.
The first development, major development. But I think it's a beginning. And I really hope that whoever takes over, this should really be the beginning. It cannot really be the end. Because there's so many issues to really be addressed in Zandspruit. We can be overwhelmed, but we can't be satisfied. But we can only say, look, this is the beginning. And I think it'll need a commitment of government, it'll need a commitment of you as a community to work together in partnership to make sure that we bring the necessary developments in your areas. You've got to hold government accountable, because ultimately you are the bosses of the city, not us as politicians. You, the people, are the bosses. So you've got to really demand, like you did just over 12 months ago when you demanded railway services. So keep on really demanding, but at the same time, please, let's make sure that we do it in an orderly fashion. We do it in an orderly fashion, and I'm really quite proud and pleased, as MMC Van Wyk said, you guys, when we were here, you gave us a commitment that you are going to protect this area so that you can develop it, so that you can have proper sites, you can have title deeds. And I'm really pleased and really proud that you protected this area for yourselves. So thank you very much for doing that, because once you can have the community working with government, that is when you'll see the result of that partnership. But if all of us give up, then unfortunately nothing is going to work. And then who suffers? It's not government. But us as politicians, we come and go. But Lona, as a community, you are here. Your children are going to be here. Your grandchildren are going to be here. But Lona, the politicians, we come in every 5 years, after 3 years, we move on. But Lona, as the community, you are going to be here for generations to come. So that is why it's important to Lona, as a community, make sure that you hold government accountable. Yeah. Make sure that I think whatever you do it in an orderly fashion. And I'm really, really grateful and touched, overwhelmed by really seeing this major development. You know, when one of the issues I committed to really do when I took over was to give our people dignity by giving them title deeds. And I'm actually quite pleased that this morning I got the report. You know, in the 3 years that we've been in government, we've already today, including today, way over 8,000 title deeds given in 3 years, all over the city. More than double what the previous administrations before us gave in 22 years. And I don't know if you people understand what a title deed actually means to a human being. I get it all the time, title deeds, that's what it does to a human being. It gives you title to your property that no government can move you out of that property. It is yours. Yes. And I'm pleased that we're going to be today, this morning, giving about 94 as the beginning of this process. As MMC Van Wyk has already indicated, there's another 312 which will be issued in a few weeks' time. They are in the process of being finalized. And over and above that, this whole area here, where we are sitting in a few months' time, it'll be by the end of June, there'll be sites and services where our people can have title deeds. As Thabo has also mentioned, you'll be given title deeds before you even come and take occupation. Amen. What we've also committed to do as a new administration, when we look at housing, because we've got a massive housing shortage in our city. Over the last 25 years of our democracy, we allowed the apartheid special planning to continue. In fact, we took apartheid special planning to another level. What we then said as a new administration, how are we going to handle housing for the city of Johannesburg so that our people can get decent housing? That's when we came out two important projects. First was what we call the Inner City Rejuvenation Plan, which is passed by council. This allows us as a city of Johannesburg to take over properties which are hijacked, which are derelict, which are abandoned. Partner with the private sector to build affordable accommodation for our people. So that you can really decide whether you want to live here in Zandspruit or you want to go and live in the inner city or you want to go and live in Houghton. It's up to you. What we are doing as a city, we are taking over back these properties, give them to the private sector to build affordable accommodation for our people. We are on that project. We just launched a few days ago, a project in Randburg. For the first time in Randburg, social housing development. So that our people can live, work and play in areas next to opportunities. Not going to put our people 60, 80 kilometers away from job opportunities, where people today have to spend 2-3 taxis every day to go to work. We want you to go and live in Sandton one day, if you want to go and live in Sandton. That is why the second aspect of our strategy was passed by council, what is now in the city of Johannesburg known as the inclusionary housing. This allows us as government, what we are saying is, going forward,